Holy smokes. We are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to another opportunity to get better. We have, let me see what we have going on here. Wait, am I on the right screen? I am. Okay. We had a nice gap up, right? So if you remember a few days, I don't know. I know it's on stream, so if you go watch the stream recordings, I talked about the fact that settlement open was going to be a mover, okay? And it was a mover, right? I think it was probably Thursday stream last week. So Thursday stream last week, whatever the last stream was, I mentioned that this would be muted. We might have a grind up, do a new all-time high, snipe that, perfectly. Not much to do there. Other than that settlement open would be a mover. We actually gapped up. So from the close to the high, it's 137 points. So in a low VIX environment, I mean, that's all you're going to get. But nice little gap up. Came back. We retested this naked POC here. From here, really would like to see my macro target, right? I'm still upside biased, okay? Looking for 24.5, 24,497.75, right? That's my measured move projection higher. We don't have any data today. We do have some data tomorrow, I believe. Good morning. With Thukumar and y'all really. What's up, what's up? Like the stream, please. SMK Prabhu, welcome back. Let's go ahead and go to the daily. We'll go to the 4 hour here. We'll put the daily up on ES. Oh yeah, see, you see it on my chart. Settlement open Sunday will probably be a mover, right? Literally still had my notes up here, okay? We don't need this. So how did I know that I was gonna be a mover on like Thursday? Well, it just makes sense, right? We hit literally the story, we hit the macro target on Monday of last week, okay? So on the weekly narrative got tapped out at the beginning of the week, which means that the beginning of the week is likely to be the mover again. It just makes sense. I expect the market to kind of do what it's been doing. Gapped up, retested POC. From here, I'm expecting more of what we had, right? Just going for the major liquidity target. So we could range here, have a very rangy Monday again. My expectation for the day has already been met, technically. It's really annoying kind of as a trader when this happens in this time frame if you're not in already, right? So I'm swinging long, basically, I'll tell you guys, until 24.5, okay? This could take a while. But if you didn't get like the gap up or expect the POC retest and, in a low VIX environment, the market gets grindy, it'll be frustrating. In general, I will just say this, a low VIX environment is just annoying to trade in, okay? If you're a new trader starting now, and you can make money in this environment, you're gonna make a lot of money in the high VIX environments. A lot of traders get sucked in when VIX is like above 20, right? A lot of people started day trading during COVID, basically. And so basically everyone who started day trading during COVID, like, in my opinion, no matter how good they are, still has a lot to learn about the markets because they haven't really seen every environment yet, right? But it doesn't mean you can't be a good trader. It's just that like low VIX is just entirely different, right? It's very, very different. But in terms of expectations for the day, yeah, it's Monday. It's positioned for the week. Really is what I'm looking at. If we close like a very high volume top wick, red doji, I might change my thesis. But until I see a signal to go short, I'm staying long, guys. We're in an uptrend. Okay, do not knife catch. Okay, do not knife catch. We're essentially like melting up. Now, in terms of if we do rotate lower, or we do a rotation lower, this trend line is still in play, right? It's had 2 touches. Okay, we still could see a 3rd touch for this lower trend line on the daily, right? Let's look at ES really quickly. Let's look at ES on the weekly, actually. Yeah, we did that extension higher. We have the measured move 64.92. We're very close to this measured move that I did on ES. I'll need to do another projection higher here very shortly. So we might tap out on this. Let me actually do an alert on this. What's up? What's up? We got Kirthana. What's up? Odin. What's up? OG Trade. What's up? Shane Ferreira. What's up? Orhill. What's up? Conquistador. What's up? Take a Risk. What's up? Parvati. What's up? Sub-Romanian. What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the party. Anybody on Instagram, I can't see it, but what's up? Thanks for tuning in. What questions y'all have for me this morning? I'm expecting a very grindy day today, guys. So it's a perfect opportunity to do a deep dive, answer any questions you have. On the actual session itself, you can see the POC did move a little bit lower. Okay, we bounced off that naked POC just a little bit on the 1 hour. Divergence here, ES and NQ. Okay, NQ with a nice little bounce here. ES dragging a little bit. If ES bounces in the way that this is, this could V recover and just grind higher. Take out overnight high, and it'll just grind higher. But right now we have a pretty strong divergence, so we need to see what ES does. If ES is going to, we need to see which way the divergence is. If ES is delayed or if NQ is delayed, right? If ES is leading us lower, then NQ is just, upfilling to go lower, right? Nonetheless, it's 9:39 a.m., so just gotta wait and see. Two, one. Wait, you guys can't hear my music, can you? Hold up, guys. Let me get... Can you guys... You guys can't hear this music though, can you? Oh, I need to change... Yeah, it won't let me. What's up, what's up? Says we have Jolts today at 10? Oh, we do have Jolts today. I'm an idiot. Wait, no, that's tomorrow. That's on Tuesday. Jolts is on Tuesday. What's up, Brandon? AB, what's up? Rajamani, what's up? Dot with trading 10 accounts with trade copiers means trading with master to replicate trades, but the dot is have to open other 9 terminals get executed or not needed. No. So the way that a trade copier will work is, and I have a new one for you as well. I'll be talking about later this week. But I use Replicano. Replicano is great. So in NinjaTrader, I run NinjaTrader in a virtual machine. in quant VPS basically. So I run it on a different machine. The only thing I run on this computer is TradingView, trading on my Mac, or on my phone or whatever. And then I have that same account logged in my VM, and then you can have other accounts trade copying there. So that's the way to do it. Okay. This works for real accounts as well. You don't have to just copy trade prop accounts. So if you have multiple accounts for whatever reason, if you want to run different risk strategies, you can trade copy those. But you don't need any terminals. You just need to be signed in and to have Replicano running, and then you just need your leader account, executing trades. It's that simple. The best part about it is that you can trade on the go, like on your phone, or you can trade on your tablet. Trading on my iPad is still my favorite way to trade. I can't really do that on stream, but it's in my opinion, like the most intuitive way to trade. Dallas Fed talks at 10:30, gap fill in play. Last night's open. We've already tapped this naked POC here, so we've grabbed the liquidity. I could see us traversing down to 64.21, right, the edge of this node here. But, we have traversed this auction. If we start to go lower than that, then, we're just going to have kind of like a bearish rotation. We'll attack Friday's low, 64.01. My strategy for now, though, is still positioning for higher until I see a weekly close, right? A daily or a weekly close with volume showing that the market has topped out. I am not really bearish. I will play intraday, like prior day low, prior day high sweeps for sure, but not too keen to position for the downside in the early morning, to be honest. There's just too much expected value higher. Like my macro target higher is 1,000 points higher. I snagged 500 points here, just literally wading through the chop to this 23,420, 421 target. Until I start losing money on longs, I'm basically just long biased. I'll tell you guys that. And I would need to lose a couple thousand points on the long side for me to even start sweating it, just in terms of P&L and strategies. I have been playing shorts though. I have been playing intraday shorts. I'm just telling you guys, like, my desire to play shorts is very, very low. I would much rather utilize my brain CPU on positioning long. My Robinhood account, I can show you guys that actually. Let's do that on stream. That'll be useful to show you guys the power of investing. What's the easiest way to do this? If you haven't seen my other channel, it's called Your Relationship with Money. You can check it out. I've been posting as much, but one of the things that I do is I invest $60 every single day. Let me show you guys. I'll log into it. Started this a little over a year ago, and I started a YouTube channel to kind of track the progress of this account. Hold on. Yes, it's me. Two-factor all over the place. Factors. Nice little bounce there on NQ coming up here. They could retest this wick though. This is a very big wick. Pretty big bounce off of this naked POC. All right, let's see if I can show you guys my Robinhood account. I need to add. Boom, there it is. All right. So this is the account I started April 2024 for social media. Okay, very simple strategy. If you're in my Discord, you probably remember when I started this. If you're like one of the OG Discord members, right? I was asking people what I should invest in. So there's a few holdovers. Most of my position is in VOO, right? Oh, you guys can't see this on the vertical stream. Let me see if I can find. I don't know. If you're on Instagram watching me, come over to YouTube. I'm not gonna try to fix it right now, but just doing $50 a day, then I upped it to $60 a day. So basically $60 every single day. I just buy VOO. I buy a few other things, right? So you can see I have a Rivian position in here. I have some Rivian calls that got absolutely annihilated. But we can go ahead and do this right now. So let's buy some more shares. Let's go to VOO. Type in 60. Hit review order. And hit buy. Boom. Done. So I just do that every single day. You can see on this position, I'm up, $1,300. Investing is just as important as trading, guys. So if you have consistent income, right? If you're a profitable day trader, there's no reason not to invest some of that money. Don't get stuck in the infinite speculation game. It's one of the worst things you can do as a trader is not take profits, not spend money, and not invest your money, right? Put that money to work. Trading is a job, right? If you're not trading, you're not making money, right? So investing is important. People love to argue with me about this, but those people, well, often if they're arguing with me, have less money than me, I'll tell you that. Palantir, NVIDIA, Microsoft, all these are just other positions that I don't mind holding. I should rebalance all of this into VOO, but it's whatever. Like NVIDIA, for example, I don't mind holding, so that's that. Let's get that out of here for now. Back to the charts. Hope you guys found that interesting. Maybe not. Dallas Fed talks at 10:30. I was looking at NQ only, but looks like ES already filled the gap. Yep, ES has filled the gap. They've both filled the gap. Really, it's this liquidity, right? So the point of control from Friday, right? That is the price where most people are positioned, right? Really, this entire node here, I'll just outline it. Put a little chunk of red on it, right? So this node is where most people are. Very grindy Monday. Write down this narrative. If you've had multiple trades in the day so far already, and you're red, I want you to write down the story of what has happened between these two tickers, okay? From overnight to now, and ask yourself if this be a good reason to journal on how often when the tickers are diverged, are you green? Okay? If there's a correlation between the divergence of these and you having a red morning, I'll let you finish that thought. Something to notate though. What plan of Quant VPS you are using? Explain about different plans about it for how many accounts based on one to choose. Yeah, I actually have a discount code for Quant VPS, I think, for you guys. Can't remember. Let me see if I have one. And save you some money, brother. Hold on. Let me see. It is an affiliate link, so I'll get a little kickback, but you'll also save some money. That's what we call a win-win, I think. I have the VPS Pro plan, though. Here's my affiliate link. Let me know if it gives you a discount. If not, I'm sorry. You're not the user. Is the Robinhood the small account you started with us? Yeah, I started that one from 0. So it's up about to 20K in a year and a few months. In a year, bro. 20K, right? That account will be worth assuming I do it forever, which I contemplate, it'd be really good content to just do that forever. It's just like, some days I forget to put the money into, I'm not gonna lie, like some days, like it's auto deposits out of my bank. Some days I just forget to put the money into the market, but it'll be worth about 3 million if I just do it forever. I invested every paycheck, also got the maximum company match every year. Very smart. 401ks, if you have a 9 to 5, you have access to a 401k. I know on Instagram and all the hustle talk and all those people talk about it's a waste of money. These people are idiots. Okay. I haven't met someone, this is key here. I've met a lot of people who talk about that. I've never met someone who talks about it not investing in a 401k that had more money than me. Okay. This is key. Okay. I've never seen the proof match the. Okay, there's nothing wrong with getting, if you have a company that gives you a 100% match up to X dollars, that's literally an instant 100% return. There's no reason not to do it. There's not a single reason not to get your company match. Okay. So if you have one, please use it, guys. Please use it. Using my Robinhood account for an example, if I did that in a 401k, let's say my company matched 10K of that, I'd have an extra 10K in there. That's going to compound annually at 8%. It's freaking free money. Quad, you need to blow all your money on a boat, make up for all those small. 401k is great. Yep. Roth IRA is another great tool. Any account is great. It's just, if you have the only downside to a 401k, which I've seen sometimes, is sometimes very small companies have very crappy 401k providers that give you a basket of goods. Like they don't give you access to like VOO or SPY or something like that, right? Or any like QQQ. They give you some like really crappy fund, and that could be like, with super high fees, and yeah, maybe, but like that's rarely the case. Most often they just, you can pick your general market fund and you're good to go. Company match was free 4 to 6K a year. Yeah. Yeah, man. My investing in my 20s, by the way, and this is what's key. We always talk about, you just invest forever. And it's like, if you're an entrepreneur or something, like money gives you options. Okay. This account that I did for social media is 20 bands. I can go do whatever I want with that. I could go and put it into my trading account, trade it. Like a lot of the entrepreneurial things that I started in my later 20s is because in my early 20s, I was just doing boring investing and I had money that I could literally afford to, try things out with. And I don't have a family, or I don't have like a safety net, right? I had to create my own safety net, call it what it is. I think I got $50 from my dad one time. All the money I ever got. Try to boat, but the washes here are always dry. So you can see we're grinding, not much going on at all. Where are you seeing someone speaking at 10:30? I don't see that. It is earnings week. Yep. Look at this divergence, guys. We'll put them on the same time frame, but big bottom wick. Okay, NQ more tech focused. ES less tech focused. Okay. They are strongly correlated. Obviously, they're not exactly the same, which is why we watch both of them. On the trading view calendar, I actually never use that thing. Oh, I got something I want to show you guys. Let me make sure it works first, actually. Let me make sure. All right. So let's put this thing back on the stream. For those of you who don't know, I was a software engineer for a long time. So this is the bot that's also connected to Discord. Okay, the API is what uses like video like /SPX in the Discord. Soul uses this a lot. You'll see the screenshots for like the options here. So the main purpose of me building this was actually for historical SPX options analysis. So if I wanted to see like on Friday what 6,400 calls went for, let's just go to Friday. Okay. Moral of the story is, so you can, it's really made for that, but this goes back years, so you can look up like historical option prices for years. So I'm about to release this as well as this AI chat, but you can say like, I did a bunch of stuff on the back end, so you can just ask it for like the highest ROI on any given day. I've limited to SPX. I can do this across the entire market on a hidden admin view that I have access to. But it'll give you then an answer and can show me the chart. And it'll generate a chart for you, right? So that's a nice little custom trading chat bot. So go to forrest-bot.com if you want to sign up. It's free right now. But if you want to do unlimited queries, it'll be $30 a month. And then if you want to use the chat bot, it'll be more. And I'm just going to keep the pricing fixed. I'll keep building more features into that. But that's something that I've been working on for probably a year and a half now. I just use it. Mostly just use it. Pushing up a little bit higher on NQ here. ES finally bouncing out of this low. It has all the things, so it's mostly noise. Yeah, I only care about the tier 1 events, really. We do get some tier 2 events will move the market, but those tier 1 events are really what I'm looking for. One bad M5, made a K today, and I'm done for today. Got work at night as well, going like crazy right now. 10-hour shifts. Good job, man. Money in your pocket. Keep that. Keep that money in your pocket. If ES bounces as strongly out of here, we will go for overnight highs on NQ. Okay, I said that earlier. We need to see which way these are diverged. Is ES lagging or is NQ lagging, right? This is a pretty big bottom wick, which means it's very likely to get retested. Also, just look at the amount of liquidity that's here. Okay, it would not be surprising for this to get retested. We would need, on a very low volume morning, actually it's not very low volume, it's quite a bit of volume here. We need to see how this distribution changes on ES, right? We have a very strong B-shaped distribution right now. I would not chase anything today though. You'll get absolutely smoked with these tickers being diverged. It's earnings week. POC coming down on ES. Yep, shifted down a little bit earlier. Need to see if this is going to bounce right now. If not, ES will probably chop in this node here between 6432 and VAL. NQ is going to range back down and it will crack the floor and We'll start coming for Friday's low. So next 15 minutes are crucial. It's 10 o'clock actually. Let's see how the 4-hour closed. Big bottom wick on the 4-hour. POC higher on NQ. These things are greatly diverged. To be honest, guys, it's almost not even worth coming up with too many predictions on the lower time frames today. It's just one of those days where there's too many options to position on the lowers. I'm just gonna say it like that. So I don't want to confuse you guys. The key characteristic of the market today is diverged indices. That is the key takeaway for today, okay? So caution. But yeah, right now, I mean, ES imbalance higher and Q imbalance lower. It's just... Odin has a TP at 580 and one at 600. There you go. I'm still macro long. So ignoring all of this, if we eliminate all these candles, do that by going to the daily. Okay. I'm long until the market tells me otherwise. I'm not going to try and guess that the market's topping out or anything until I have information on my chart that says to go short. Very key, right? Once I have information on my chart that says to go short, then I'll switch to a short bias. Until then, I'm going to assume we're grinding higher, okay? You don't want to get lucky, guys. Let's assume that this is the absolute high and you go short and you make some money. Essentially get lucky. The problem is that you'll get unlucky, right? I say it all the time. Right? If you rely on luck, it goes both ways. So I don't really want to get lucky in the markets. I want to have information, risk-based decisions. GEC just had a great entry, overnight sweep, 3,300 level. Let's take a look at old gold. I remember I was looking at that last week. Oh, nice. Yeah, that was a clean sweep. What was that candle? That thing did a stop hunt overnight. Jeez. See where the POC is on gold. Substantially higher. See NQ ranging across that node there a bit. See if this grinds higher. I'll stay on till about 10:30, then I'm out of here. Gotta go get some stuff done. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I had to euthanize my cat this past Saturday and to put him down. It's probably the hardest thing I've ever done. That sucked. So, if you've been around for a while, you know I love that cat. Yeah. It was not exciting. I think he had cancer. He just deteriorated very quickly. I literally was spending thousands of dollars at the vet trying to save him. I thought he was going to be all right. So I'm optimistic by nature, but I'll tell you guys, I was crying. May not seem like I was right now, but I was. Oh, shit was rough, man. But you know, there was a service basically able to come to the house, so he was able to, you know, pass here at his home. around the people that loved him. So I had his little paw in my hand as he passed. But dude, that was tough, dude. That was tough. But he lost use of his back legs, and was peeing himself, couldn't control his bowel movements, and just like, it was not good. So he also had FIV, so it's like, even if the really frustrating thing is, like, we never actually found out what was wrong with him. He was deteriorating so quickly. He was on antibiotics, but it wasn't like a bacterial infection. So the only really thing remaining that it could be would be like lymphoma or some type of like cancer in his spine. It was attacking his nervous system, but because he has FIV and is immunocompromised, it's unlikely that he would survive like chemo and things like that anyway. So just really sucks because he was only like 8 or 9. He wasn't like a super old cat. So yeah, dude. If I randomly start crying on stream, it's because I was thinking about my cat. Yeah, appreciate it, y'all. That's what you did with your last dog? Yeah. Adult pet, My childhood dog passed away. That dog lived forever. She was ancient. Got her when I was 16. She passed away when I was 32, about 2 years ago. But this cat I got when I was living in New York, it's a good cat. Appreciate it, folks. So it makes me sad to think about pets I lost too soon. Yeah. It's a good reminder of the value of life, though, Like, there's always a lesson in sadness, I think. Not to get too wishy-washy on you guys, but, you got to cherish the time you have with people and your pets, because, as we all know, sometimes we have to be reminded that tomorrow is not promised. That's right. Have to focus on the good times, which was most of them. He had a rough exit, but he had a good life. Guy was treated like royalty. Hard part for us is we knew it was there. She was fine, but the bone deteriorated too much from the cancer. It would have just snapped, and it would have been terrible for her. Dang. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I think the hardest part is that he was fine like 30 days ago. Like, it just started attacking his nervous system so fast, and I've just been so busy in the business. So, my girlfriend's a champ. She really, was the primary one to take him to the vet and stuff. But it's just one of those things, like, you figure, like, oh, like, obviously, I thought it was an infection, because, like, for you to get sick that fast, it makes more sense for it to be like at least at the time, like an illness versus like, cancer. But he likely had cancer for a while, and it finally just like hit that level. But anyhow, such is life. But we're going to end the stream today on a happy note. We got 20 minutes. Oh, we'll whip up another giveaway for the week. Those of you who won last week should get your accounts, soonish. Bro. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Saw something that tilted me for half a second. What am I looking for? Gotta give you guys a giveaway. NQ ranging across this node, again, should not be surprising. It's where most of the liquidity is. To be honest, it should not even be on the 1 hour today. Just go to the 8 hour or something super high and just wait, because you guys will get obliterated trading the lowers. I promise you, you will. All right, let me make a copy of this, put it into the chat. It is week of July 28th giveaway. Make a copy. What I'm gonna have to do, and this is actually good for you guys, is I'm gonna have to start tracking previous winners because I have such a small stream. And if you won previously, probably remove you from the drawing, which will be good for the other people, right? Because your odds of winning will go up exponentially. I mean, your odds of winning are, for anyone, are super high right now in general because the drawing isn't that big. Giveaway. Okay, let's publish this. Responder, anyone with the link. Publish. All right, let me copy the responder link. Drop it in the old chat. So just fill it out. I'll let you guys know if, you know, when I do that, but there is the link for the giveaway. If you're on Instagram and you're watching, join me over on YouTube. Join the party. Rejected 6,400 twice. You mean the 6424? Yeah. There's that previous POC is here. So this node. This should be where we could hold this area all day, guys. Just to be super clear. So for you late joiners, one of the things I mentioned earlier is really my narrative for today has already been hit, right? Expected settlement open to be a mover. That's what I said on the last stream, right? You can go look. That's one of the benefits of streaming on YouTube is everything I say is immortalized. Literally can't lie to you. I mean, I could lie to you guys, but I'm not. Okay, I said settlement open will be a mover. It was. We got the gap up. Okay, it essentially mean reverted, came back, got the naked POC there. That's probably most of the move for today. If you watch the lowers with them being diverged, it's going to be tough. I would not put too many eggs into Monday's basket. We have earnings this week, so there's going to be some opportunity. In general, swinging along. Okay, my macro target, 24,500, until the market tells me to change my bias. I am willing to take a pretty hefty paper cut on a long because I've taken 0 paper cuts on longs. Okay, look how many longs are in here. So I will keep longing until I lose money on longs, if that makes sense to you guys. I hope it does. It is free money on the long side. If you trade small enough and just hold that thing, you know, until the market says stop, I would just keep doing that. About to crack it. Oh, 6,400. SPX 6,400. Let's look at it. Oh, yeah. Let me look at the open interest for today. We've got $6,420, some decent OI. 6,400 is okay. Like 1,400 contracts, 1,600 contracts. We got 3,473. So 6420 on SPX is going to be a little bit of a resistance here. Just do it this way. 6420. This is the OI shelf. Something I haven't talked about on stream, but just how the volume profile on these charts is important. Open interest is super important. I don't have a good way to overlay that onto the chart. I could build an indicator. I've contemplated doing it. Just don't want to. Or you can go to forspot.com, go to the open interest tab, and it's right there. So I already built it, which is what I'm looking at right now. Updates every day. So 6420, and it's free, by the way. So if you want to see that, go check it out. I'll drop a link for you guys in the chat. There you go. Free 99. Like the stream if you don't mind. Oh man. Does someone want to make me I need a thumbnail for my streams, because right now I just don't have any thumbnail. If someone wants to make a stream thumbnail for me, let me know. Appreciate it. I'm trying to get better at asking for help for stuff because I'm just way too busy, guys. If you want to make one, you can just shoot it to me. I'll just whip one up on a Fiverr or something. Boom, 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 boom. I'll fix my music for my next stream. My streaming schedule, by the way, that I'm going to try to stick to is Monday and Thursdays for sure. Then I'm going to try and figure out one more day in there. Thursdays I'll be streaming on YouTube and then in the Discord. We have our preliminary Discord streaming schedule getting set up. Right, we've added Alan, W-Dog, as trade coaches in Discord. So definitely tune in. Oh, I apologize. Need some more coffee, apparently. We're just holding this. If you're curious why I'm on the 8 hours, because the lowers are trash right now. Absolute dog water. Is Alan back from vacation? I have no idea. I know he was on vacation. I got a lot going on. I'm in the middle of building out my new studio, which I got to go check on today. Got some new digital products that we're working on, revolutionizing the content creation space. I'm doing an in-person event. This is key. Here in Miami, in the studio in November. So I'll have more details soon. So it'll be a 2-day event. If you want to come and learn from myself and a bunch of other great traders here in Miami, Florida, November is the window, right? So I just started planning that in. We'll have the new studio built. He's been in China. He's out there chilling. He's having a good time, I'm sure. He's 18 with a ton of money in his pocket. Might drive for that? Yeah, slide through. I'll drop info on tickets and all that in the coming weeks. Really want to make something that is as educational as possible, right? So it's not going to just be a hype fest or anything like that. I'm going to avoid that as much as possible, actually. You guys know my vibes, right? Probably I'm the least hype trader you'll ever meet. But yeah, it's going to be educational. I'm going to get traders, I think, that have really good knowledge, tons of experience. And no matter where you're at, it's also just good to network and meet people who are on this similar path in life, right? So even if you don't learn anything, right, it's always good to just have fellowship and with like-minded people. But Lambos, I love Lamborghinis, but yeah, it's the thing about Lambos and really anything nice in life is when you can actually afford it, you don't even want it anymore. The only reason you want, I was at Best Buy the other day, and I literally had this thought again. I was like, man, I used to love coming to Best Buy when I was a kid. There's all this tech, but I was like, it's because I couldn't afford anything. I always imagined what it'd be like to have money to buy all this cool tech. I can buy anything I want. And I literally left the store with nothing because the line was too long and I went away in line. No. So that's what a Lamborghini is to people that can afford it. Just it's a good marketing tool, you know. I have nothing against Lambo. I mean, I'm more of a Ferrari guy. If I buy an exotic, it's gonna be a Ferrari for sure. Or probably get a GT3 RS. It's probably gonna be the next one. Oh, what a boring day. All right, so I'll start my wrap-up thoughts. Nothing's really changed, in my opinion, so far. So let's go to the hour, just kind of see how this is shaking out. Okay, so tickers are still diverged, right? We came and retested a lot of this bottom wick. Like I mentioned, that we very likely would. Okay, anytime you get a long extended wick, a candle with a small body, long wick, expect that wick to get retested, guys. You're not going to get an immediate follow-on candle. Very rarely. ES right inside of that Friday liquidity, right? Respecting it so far, bouncing off of it. NQ came and touched it, is a little bit higher. NQ is more tech focused. ES is less so. Doesn't really matter, but the point is we need to see which one of these is going to take the lead today. Neither might take the lead today. They're probably going to sync up at the close, right? They'll pin probably within these nodes that they're both building, right? I expect us to pin here today. We could, these are the two least likely scenarios. ES cracks and wants to come to this VAL here, 64.10. Okay, NQ will come down to this previous measured move, 23.421. Okay, market loves this price. Look how many times it's kissed it. It's came up like 3 or 4 times now. It's just to 23.421. Okay, it might come back down and get another one before it leaves for good. So one more little kiss on the cheek. That's a possibility. Other less likely possibility is ES starts to climb, NQ goes for prior day high, or sorry, overnight high. NQ ES very unlikely to hit overnight high today. NQ could crack its overnight high today, and they'll stay diverged, and then they will reconverge tomorrow. So those are my thoughts. In terms of quality setups for RTH trades today, I'd put it as like a C day, okay? You're not gonna get really good trades today. So I would not sweat it. It's a great day to not trade and just watch. You know, you won't feel like you're missing out if your expectations are that there's nothing worth getting. check the weekly as a reminder. Okay, let's just full screen this one. This was the thought that I did last stream. Totally hit, right? Settlement open Sunday will probably be a mover. It was. We still have divergent indices. We're still in an uptrend, still proven otherwise. Also want to notice here, so this was this small bodied, slightly higher volume red doji that we got here, right? If you remember, I was swinging this, looking for this low, that trade failed. So using that knowledge, so this trade went from green to like break even, basically lost money on this on commissions. I want to look for a higher or a bigger body doji candle, right, this time. Okay, we are at all-time highs, so there's a few things different from this doji candle, but nonetheless, I want a very, very strong signal to go short, right? Because again, last time we got a slightly higher volume doji, it wasn't a perfect signal candle, but it was a signal candle. Trade failed, okay? So just want to keep that in mind, right? And the reason I can recall this so clearly is because I journal and I review my trades every weekend. So, and I want all of you guys to have that level of confidence, resiliency. Any last minute thoughts, questions, concerns? Cool. Per usual. Hi, Forrest, do I need to send mail or receive MFF mail for giveaway account? It should just show up in your account probably today. I'll ping the team again and make sure that's working well. But yeah, stay positive. Each of you has what it takes to be a successful trader, right? So this morning, review what you've done this morning. Did you set yourself up for success? If not, that's okay. You don't got to beat yourself up. Okay, don't got to tear yourself down. The market will let you know if you're doing the right thing or not. Okay. If you got some negative feedback, well, let's get after it tomorrow. Right? Wake up a little bit earlier, stretch, drink, get some water, start your day with some wins. And you can do it, right? Each of you has probably seen a glimmer of success in the markets, so look to replicate that, right? Do what works. If something isn't working, stop it immediately. Nonetheless, kindly do a live video of quant VPS and live trade execution. I mean, I can. You just want to see how Replicano works? Or what's your question there? There's nothing unique about quant VPS over any other VM. So if you need help like setting up a VM or understanding how a VM works, I'm happy to do that for you. If you need to see how Replicano works, let me know. I can help you with that specifically. There are a few virtual private server solutions, right? Quant VPS is one of them. I like them just due to their, the speed and stability. There's like Ninja VPS. There's a few day trading virtual private servers that exist out there. But yeah, let me know exactly which part you need help with, and I can demonstrate that. Use Ninja Mobile. Cool. Thank you for the stream, Forrest. Have a great day. Thank you, LLA7MD. And to anybody that I missed, Romeo GQ, welcome to the party. Anybody else that I missed, I didn't give you a shout out. I'll get you next time. But my name's Forrest. I invest stuff. I'm a day trader. You should too. Have a lovely rest of the week, y'all. I am out.